index numbers can be changed with respect to the element. But when we are trying to store the map interface, right? So in map interface, basically when you try to store anything in the map, it will always be associated with a key and a value pair, right? In PHP, I'm not sure whether you started with the PHP, you have seen the types of array. One is the simple index array and one is the map. One is the key value pair. So here in map interface, all the elements will be stored with a key and value pair. Let's say, suppose if I want to store all the colors, then I say Y stands for yellow, R for red, B for black, and so on. So that even if I try to shuffle, even if I try to sort, it will sort along with its key. The key and the value are going to be shuffled or going to be manipulated at a time. So the index number, basically you can say, it will always be associated with whatever index or whatever key it is having. So you have to remember that map will be stored in key and value. Similarly, when you are trying to insert the elements, in that case also you cannot skip the index ID. Like up till now we have seen that we just add the elements, we don't specify the index. So whatever is the interface, it will try to arrange the index accordingly. But here when we are trying to insert it, we need to insert it with respect to its key only. So whatever is the key, you need to have an associated element or associated value along with that, right? So it will always go according to the key and the value. So now each key and value pair is called as an entry. So when I say I have to insert an element, I say that I have to insert an entry. That means whatever the key for that and what is the value for that. So key can be a numeric number also, or key can be an alphanumeric number also. Not necessarily that key has to be alphanumeric. I can say that 1 and this number, or seat number 1 and this number, but that will be associated. So anywhere I try to move, I have to keep the association and then only I can move it or shuffle. So here, then they say that map contains unique key. So that means the key will be unique and maybe the value can change, right? So let's say, as we see the examples, we'll come to see what is the key value and the associated value here. Right. Now, a map is useful if you have to search, update, or delete elements on the basis of a key. So you can manipulate or you can search an element based on the key. Students, just check to it that you join within 5 minutes, because you know what happens, and again I'll have to just try in case any technical. Still, I try to admit you. Fine. So this is your map interface. Now, based on this map interface, we have different classes which are going to implement this map interface. If you look at the map, you have the sorted map. You have the sorted map, you have the hash map here, tree map, and linked hash map, right? So these are the things which you have. So now we are going to do the hash map, we are going to do the linked hash map, and we are going to do the tree hash map. Now, most of the methods are the same. So we are going to do all the collections in today's session. We'll try to cover it up because methods remains the same. Only the constructors are going to change. And for each and every collection here, you are going to have the key value pair because they are all going to implement the map interface here. So this is the map interface and these are the classes. So these are the 3 different classes which we are trying to do. Now here sorted map means whenever I try to implement a tree map, you know that tree set you have done. So tree is always going to store the elements in the ascending order. So even if I keep a key value pair, it is going to sort it with respect to the key value, not to the value pair, but to the key element which is stored. It is going to sort it accordingly. So tree map is automatically going to be a sorted map, right? And other collection we have is a linked hash map and the hash map. So let's proceed. Now these are the types of map. Now let's see what is the difference. So hash map is going to have the implementation of the map, and it will not maintain any order. So as and on you keep on adding the elements, the entries we say now in the map, so it will go on inserting as you go on inserting the entries in the hash map. Now linked hash map again is going to implement the map, but it is going to inherit in the hash map, and it is going to maintain the insertion order. That means you know the linked list. The concept of the linked list we have seen that it has to store the address of the next element which is going to be entered. Similarly, here also the linked concept remains the same. So it is going to implement, but it is linked hash map. So it is going to implement the map class, and it is going to inherit the hash map, and it is going to maintain the insertion order. So here you can see the difference between hash map. Hash map, the order is not going to maintain, whereas in linked hash map, the insertion order is going to be maintained. And the last we have the tree map, which is again the implementation of the map and sorted map, and it is going to maintain the ascending order. So these are the three types of map which we are going to study in today's session. So now beginning with the hash map. So we have seen hash map is going to implement the map interface, and it is not going to maintain the order, but it is going to accept the entries and going to insert it accordingly. So here now again, because it is a map, it is always going to have a key and a value. So I represent the key with the k value, k, and the value with the v. So when I try to write the collection, I have to write it in this manner: hash map k and v. Now this class does not guarantee as the order of the map. Now as I said, as and on the entries we are going to put in, it is just going to dump in the hash. It is not going to check the insertion order. It is not going to check the ascending order. Now it is now hash because it is hash. So hash means you have to store it according to the hash coding. We have seen the hash table. So how it is stored there, so that it is unsynchronized, and it will permit a null value and a null key. Now here you have to always pass two values as a parameters, the key along with its associated value. You have to always insert the key element along with its associated value, which is going to be inserted as a single entry. So these are going to be a single entry. This is the hash map. Now here, just have a look at the example. Anyways, we'll be going to do the examples. So this is the example. I think I just misplaced. Okay. So before doing the example, let us just check in the methods. I just shuffled the slides there. So here, fine. So these are the methods of your hash map. So your hash map, first method they have given is clear. Now clear method you've already seen to remove all the elements from the collection. So when I say hash map clear, it is going to remove all the elements from my hash map. Now cloning method also we have seen to make a duplicate of whatever collection you have. So here when I say hash map clone, it is going to create a duplicate of the hash map which you have already done. Now isEmpty method also we have seen. If you want to check whether the hash map consists any elements, if it does not consist any elements, it is going to return true, else it is going to return false. So isEmpty. Then size we have seen to check the number of elements which are there in the collection. So in this case we say in the hash map. So some methods remain standard for your collection. Your clear method, clone method, isEmpty, size, and everything. Now we have seen that when we have to add the elements in the collection, that is your list and the set, we saw the method add, add all, add element, add first, add last. So those were the methods to add the elements in the collection. But here when you have to insert the elements, instead of add we have the function as put. So hash map, tree map, linked hash map, or basically the map interface is not going to use the method add. Instead it is going to use the method put. So what will put do? It is going to insert the elements in the specified item to the hash map, right? So hash map put. So it will, so basically this is similar like you are adding the elements, the add method, but here we say put. And we had an add-on. So similarly, here we have the put all. So that means an entire collection or n number of elements can be inserted in the hash map. So proceeding further, here I can even insert the element if the key is not already present. So that means, let's say I have inserted some colors. Now I'm not very sure if a new color which I'm trying to put, let's say V for violet I want to put, but before that I want to check whether violet is existing. So here I say put if absent. So if the violet is absent in the collection, it is going to put it. Otherwise it is not going to insert, right? Then remove. To remove the mapping from the specified key, so I can pass a key and it is going to remove the associated value with respect to that key. So remove. Now again, we have seen the method contains, right? So contains would check the element if it already exists in the collection. But here I have got two contains method. Why? Because I have a key also and I have a value also. So I have got two methods. One method is contains key. So if I pass the key element in the contains key, it will check with the key value there. It is not going to work on the value. It is going to check if that particular key exists. And if it exists, it is going to return true. Similarly, contains value will check with the value which exists in that. If it exists, it is going to return true. So contains will have two parts here now, contains key and contains value. Then replace it to replace the value of a specified key. So I can replace the key value, key element, and I can replace the associated value with that. Replace all will replace all the values which are there. So I'm not specifying any key. Instead, I just replace all the associated values with that. Let's say suppose now I have a student roll number. I have given the key as 1 to 20 and I have given some associated values for, let's say I'm creating a collection for TY BSc division A. So I have got roll numbers 1 till 20 and your names along with that. The next year the collection will be the same, TY BSc 1 to 20, but the associated value, now this year you are there, next year another batch. So the associated value are going to be replaced. Clear with this? So key remains the same, only the value which is associated with that particular roll number are going to replace. So this is the concept of it. And then when I have to retrieve it, now we have seen the get method. When I have to say get element, I could get the element with respect to get index or directly the element. Here I can get the element. So get method remains same. Only for adding you have to use the put method. So hash map get, it will return the value using the specified key. So if I say get and I pass the value here, so I'm going to pass the key value, right? The key entry. So if I pass the roll number 2 or roll number 3, or if I pass B or C, then whatever is the associated value with that specified key is going to be retrieved, right? Now hash map get or default, it returns the default value if key not found. So whatever default you have given, or if it does not find the key, then it is going to return false, right? And then for each, now it is basically used to retrieve or run through your iteration for the collection hash map. Now entry set, it is going to return set view of all the entries. Now we have seen when we add the elements in the hash map, that particular element or key and value is called as the entry. So if I want to display all the sets which are there, or all the values or elements which are there in my hash map, I use the method entry set and it is returning the set view of all entries. Then I say key set, it is just going to return me the key values, right? So if I want to print the TY BSc division A, when I say key set, it is not going to show me the names, it is just going to show me roll numbers 1 to 20. Similarly, if I say values, it is going to view all the values present in the hash map, right? So these are the methods. So key set. Now here you just have to remember that your map are going to have some additional contains key, contains value, then entry set and key set. So key set has to be there because key will have an associated value which will be unique for that particular key. So key has to be unique. The associated value can be changed. Right now, when you are saying, I'm saying this, you will say that, ma'am, key is unique. Why the values are not unique? Now, see, you have seat number. Let's say, suppose seat number 120, right? So key is 120. The associated value is, or let's say, suppose you have subjects. So you have 343 subject, you have 344, you have 345, right? But all three, a student is going to opt for all the three. So the key is 343. Let's say name will be Rupali Memane. Now again I'm going for 344 also, but again the name is Rupali Memane. 345 the roll name is Rupali Memane. So Rupali Memane is duplicating, but are the values duplicate? No, I'm opting for individual subject. So when I associated, okay, what are the marks for 343 Rupali Memane and the marks? Then in that case the identity becomes unique. So the key is not duplicating. I cannot have the value 343 Rupali Memane and the marks, and again 343 Rupali Memane different marks. So that can be a discrepancy. But when the key is unique, the name can be duplicate. Got it? So associate, you have to associate. Okay, Rupali Memane, how many marks she has gotten? 343. That is a unique entry. Clear with this map concept? The key and the value you have to check. Now, second, okay, we have to see the example, right? Now here, so again, creating of the program, you have to import the package. Now for all the packages, you have the same package, Java util package will be there. Then you are creating a hash map demo class, you calling the main method, and then you are going to create a map. So here I write hash map. Now, when I'm passing, now when we created the list, we had to specify the data type. So here, as we say, we have to pass two elements. So map, now what is the key? Key is string and integer. So two values will be passed. So your key is of string data type and the value which you're going to insert in that is of the integer data type. So here you have to pass two data types. And then I create an identifier or variable HM, which is of the new hash map, again of string and integer. So understood this line? So this line is going to differ from the previous collection because here you are going to pass in two elements. So this becomes one entry. Now HM is my identifier or a variable. I'm going to insert the value. So what is the method to insert the value? Put. So I write hm.put. Now I need to pass in a string and the new integer 100. So the value which is stored at A is 100. The value which is stored at B is 200. C is 300 and 4 is 200. So this is an associated. A will always have the value 100, B 200, C and so on. Because this is a single entry. So A along with 100 becomes a single entry. So I've inserted 4 values. I have inserted 4 entries. And now I am going to traverse through that. So we have seen the method entry set. So I'm going to run through that. So the entry set, what it do? It returns all the elements in that particular set. So entry set doesn't mean a set collection. Set means the entries we have which you have inserted in the hash map will be retrieved. And once I retrieve, then I need to get the key. So I need to call the method get key. So here they have created traversing a map entry. So map entry is again a class. I'm going to create an object of it. So what is map entry? It has to retrieve me the associated key and the value which is. So string and the key, I create an object. So it ME, and ME is going to retrieve me all the entry set or all the entries which are stored in HM. Got this line? So map entry is an object which I have created for map entry, which is going to be retrieved from the string and the integer, and it has to retrieve me by calling the entry set. Entry set I have to call on what? The hash map HM. Fine. So all the values will be retrieved now in ME, and I have to print the associated get key and the value. Of what? Of ME. What is ME? ME is the object of the class. Of map entry. What is map entry? It has an association of string and integer, which is retrieving the entry set, which is called on the H. Clear with this? So ME get key, first get key, it will print A, and then I have to print the value associated with 100. Again, it is going to, are there any elements in the set? Yes. The second key is B, 200, and third key is C, 300, D, 400. So this is going to be the value. Now, so we stop here today and we meet in the next lecture where we are going to do the stack. So these are the references with which I have tried to create this lecture. So see you in the next lecture. Till then, thank you.